Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're listening to this live or you're listening to the replay. I appreciate it. Today, I wanted to talk about 3 parenting myths. So I'm gonna state the myths and then go into each of them in a little bit more detail. So the first myth, I have some notes, so I'm gonna refer to them. But the first myth is our children make us angry. And I have angry at the end of that sentence, but it really could be completed with any emotion, any feeling. Our children make us upset. Our children make us frustrated, annoyed, sad. So that's number 1. Number 2, our children need an imposed consequence in order to learn to do something differently. That is myth number 2. And the third myth that I wanted to talk today is if we make a mistake as a parent or continue to make mistakes, it means that we have messed our child up forever, that we're never going to change. This is just who we are, and we're not meant to be a parent. So if you have ever thought that to be true, I want to just tell you that is a myth. It is not true. If you don't know me or you don't know me well, my name is Jessica Silverman. I'm the owner of Parenting with Clarity, and I'm the admin for the group Insightful Parents. If you are not a member of that group, please come to this community. It is an amazing group of parents who just want to do the best they can for their children. And it's a place where you can ask questions and get support. And it is a safe zone. So if you're not a member, come on over, Insightful Parents. Okay, so back to the 3 myths. The first one, our children make us angry. I don't really know a parent who's never said, you make me so angry right now. You're making me so mad. And I get why you would say that. I get it, because it does feel that way sometimes, that our children do something. They throw a toy right at us, or they hit their sibling, or they talk back, not listen to us. Yeah, we feel mad sometimes, and it's totally normal. We're human beings and we have feelings. So I get why parents say it. I get why I've said it or even thought it. So I want to share a story, and it's not even about my kids. I am not one to complain a whole lot. I do complain, but not consistently. I try to see I'm like a glass half full kind of girl. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I see the good in people. I truly do. But if you live in my neighborhood, you know that there's been an issue with people walking their dogs through our neighborhood and not picking up after their dogs. So there's piles of crap, like a lot of places. And I could be walking my dog and I could see like multiple piles at one time. And I'm like, when are you doing this? I have no idea. And I will tell you, like, there are times I feel super angry. Like, I feel super angry and so resentful of these dog owners who are walking their dogs and not picking up after them. And I know it's multiple. So we even purchased a camera, and it's sitting in my son's window. And even with that, and we haven't checked it like the video stream in a long time, but we've never caught one person. And we didn't buy the most expensive camera, so if it happens at night, which it seems to be, that's when it's occurring, we're just missing them. I know I'm like going off on a total tangent about the poop issue in our neighborhood, but my point is that I could easily say they are making me angry, and yet I don't know who they are. I don't know them. So how could they possibly be making me angry? And I know that there are days where I'll walk through the neighborhood and see a pile and I'm like, all right, like it's annoying, but not such a big deal. And other days I'm like super angry and super annoyed. And, but it's not coming from them. It's the thoughts that are showing up in me that are eliciting a feeling. That is what's causing the feeling, my thoughts, not the other person. So the other night, I'll tell a story about my son, Sammy. He was delaying going up to bed. And I think he was practicing his trumpet. And I wanted him to go to bed. I was exhausted. I knew that he had a really busy schedule this week, and I just wanted him to get a good night's sleep. So it was obvious to him that I was annoyed. It was probably in my body language, my tone of voice, and I ended up just going upstairs, and I said to him, like, when you're ready, just you come up because I'm done. And as I was tucking him in at night, he's like, sorry, I made you mad. I could tell that you were mad earlier. And I said, sweetie, you didn't make me mad. I said, I felt annoyed, but that was coming from me. It is not your fault because I know that another person can't make me feel a certain way. Sure, I can feel annoyed when they do something, but really it's coming from me. So I just want you to have some awareness of when your child does something. Are you kind of taking ownership that, these feelings are coming from your thoughts and not from your child? And if this has never occurred to you, I invite you to just consider it. And I invite you to maybe think it's a possibility that it's not coming from the outside, it's not coming from your child, but it's coming from your thoughts. Another way to kind of prove this to be true is when you and maybe your partner, your spouse, are witnessing the same behavior, and one is like, and the other one is super annoyed. So it can't be your child making you feel a certain way if both people in the room feel differently, right? So that is it's just something I want you to invite you to think about. So let's go into myth number 2. Our children need imposed consequences that we put on them in order to learn. So what consequences am I talking about? It could be removal of a privilege or taking, like not giving your child dessert. I guess that's a privilege, you could say, or putting your child in time out. Something that is an action that we do in order to make our child learn something. Now, I'm not saying that consequences don't work, and I'm not even saying that there may not be a time for a consequence. But what I'm saying is our children can learn without these imposed consequences most of the time. That our children can learn when we teach them with love and with kindness and with understanding. Because what we see as a problem maybe throwing toys or not listening, not cleaning up, whining, talking back, what we see as a problem, our child is using as a solution. That's your child's solution to feel better, because we all want to feel better. And we don't always act in the most ideal ways when we don't feel good. So, think about your child doing those behaviors that you just don't like as simply their way of finding a solution to a problem. Perhaps they feel powerless or inadequate or overwhelmed, exhausted, hurt. And this is just their attempt to feel better. So when we come from a place of love and kindness, we can teach our children in a way that will most likely be received and more effective and more helpful in the long run. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if this is resonating with you. If it's not, you share that too. Let me know what you think. Give me your arguments. We can talk about it. Let's have a discussion about it. You can feel free to, even if you're listening to the replay, let me know your thoughts. And the other, the third myth is if we make a mistake or continue to make mistakes, like yelling at our children over and over again, or tossing a toy across the room, or putting our kids in timeout over and over and over again, that it means that we're not meant to be a parent. And it means that we'll never change, and this is just who we are. This is our nature. This is how we've always been. We've always lost our cool, and we're gonna mess our kids up forever. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That's not true. That your true nature is love, is peaceful, and within each and every one of us is wisdom and a knowing. Even if we have a history of yelling, even if we have a history of losing our cool, saying things that we wish we hadn't, even if your true nature is love, your true nature is so wise and very resilient. And that's true for everyone. It's true for our children. And I'm not saying don't work on your patience, perhaps, or don't apologize when you feel like you've wronged your child. I'm not saying that. I think it's important for us to take ownership and responsibility for our behaviors. Our children learn from that. But what I'm saying is, just because you've done these things doesn't mean you're a bad parent, doesn't mean you're not meant to be a parent. It just means you're a human being. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know your thoughts, and feel free to share this with anyone who you think can benefit. If you want to talk more personally about your own situation, I would love to set up a time to talk, and we can kind of dig a little deeper into your personal circumstance. Until next time, have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.